Hi, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Today is the final video on World Cup Soccer. I'm going to go over everything I did with you, and we'll just learn a little bit about the game. Alright, first thing we're going to go over, I had that unlocked, back box, fully LED'd with Comet bulbs. So is the whole game. MPU has been equipped with NVRAM, the little blue capacitor that's on the MPU board has been replaced. Driver board's been gone through. All these caps here, and I think that's it in there. And then bridge rectifiers have all been replaced, all 5 of the bridge rectifiers, and I think there's 8 caps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's 8 caps. All those have been gone through. As you can see right here, we got flipper fidelity speaker kit that we installed on it. All the ribbons for the computer, the MPU board, and everything like that have all been replaced. Did I say it's got NVRAM? It was socketed and then now chipped with NVRAM. So that's pretty bulletproof now. We don't have to worry about batteries ever again on this game. I think that's about it for the back box. Those crazy LEDs. Okay, we will go and put this back on. Let's lock it this time. Alright, we're going to go into playfield. Playfield is all Comet LEDs. I do apologize for taking this machine apart and not showing you how it went back together, but my problem was everything was so dirty and I had to go back and forth on my phone to look and see how each simple little piece was assembled. And then as I did that, I had all the little screws and everything all bagged up in separate bags for everything. Then I had to go and polish each one of the little damn screws every time I did something. So I was going to record it, and then it just became so long and so drung out with assembling everything, I gave up on it because it was taking me like 3 times longer to video it, putting it back together, than what it was. So, but you did see me take it apart. So I recommend, if you're going to do this yourself, take pictures of everything like this. Start taking one piece apart, take pictures of it, bag and tag all the screws just for the one part. Like just for this ramp right here. See how it's connected? It's got 2 screws here, a screw here, a screw here, and a screw here. And then this ramp comes off, but it's got one cord that goes underneath the playfield, and it goes to that. So document how that is, and then go around to each piece. Just like this wire form ramp, I had to hand polish that whole thing because it was horrible, filthy, nasty. It's got all brand new CPR plastics on it. The only plastics that are original are the ramps, but otherwise all the plastics are all brand new. And all the rubbers are all Titan rubbers. I highly recommend. Just thing is crazy stupid fast now. In the out hole here, there's a LED kit from Comet that came in the LED bulb kit. There's one spotlight here. It came with 3. I believe one went here and then one went over here. Honestly, this one right here was just enough to illuminate everything. The 2 more, I felt personally, was just way overkill for this machine. There are several different colored bulbs underneath this playfield. You got your orange, purple, teal, yellow, sunlight. I think there's warm. And then each bulb that's in this game too, they all have, it's either like frosted lens or clear lens. All the flashers are regular incandescent. Those are all brand new, replaced too. I had to go through a bunch of sockets on this game and fix a bunch of sockets because a lot of the bulbs were flaky or just intermittent. I had to go through all them, fix all them. Pop bumpers are all rebuilt. Vertical up kickers rebuilt. The goal and a soccer ball have all been gone through, re-lubed. These saucers have all been rebuilt. These two right here got brand new plastics on it. The actual purple piece here, brand new because the tabs were broke off. So when it launched, it just launched wherever it went because the ball wasn't. Ooh, I forgot that some of the solenoids are still active. Anyways, the plastics, there's little feet on them so the ball can line up properly. Each one had one broken foot off. So those are two brand new ones. Coin toss, completely tore apart. Rebuilt, and then it's got Titan rubbers and the bouncers in here. Flippers, fully rebuilt. One of them had really bad sloppy linkage on it, but when you get a rebuild kit, you get two of them. So those were fully rebuilt. Slingshots were rebuilt. I said the saucers were rebuilt. If parts weren't rebuilt, I went through and hand cleaned almost everything as good as I could, or polished it just to make it, that more oomph. But like these ramps, I did as best as I could. They got actually melted plastic on them. Let me show you. Soccer ball on the edge here. Something got stuck when this ball was spinning. You can see the groove that it chewed in, and it just flung melted rubber all over this playfield in this general area. The balls got on it. It left trails inside the ramps. I got as much of it out as I could. There are still little areas like underneath where the ball is never going to go, where there's some rubber, but I cleared most of it out. There's rubber that actually still stuck in these ramps. I don't want to put crazy stupid pressure on it to get it really clean, so I left whatever I couldn't get out because I'm not cracking these plastics and buying new ones. So the ramps, I think, were like $450 if you want to buy a replacement set. I'm not doing that. So I cleaned originals as good as I could. The gall was completely stripped down, taken apart, because there was rust inside there along with the ball through. The ball through had rust. The stopper bushing on top something was on it, and it was just like super sticky. So we got that removed. One of the opto boards in this ball through here had bad solder joints on it, so I fixed them. This switch here I had to fix. It was there's two parts where the lever that lever goes on. One of them mounts the feet on it, or legs or support, where it wore off and just wore. So I had to move the switch arm back to the next set and then rebend it properly so as the ball goes through it works. Otherwise that switch would cockeye all the time. At the end of the ramps here, these are just L brackets that I highly polished and put back on because there was none. The only one I had one was this. So these are protectors, so when a ball comes flying down, it's got that little cushion so it doesn't smash the ramps. What else? Brand new soccer ball. what else did I do on this? Besides strip the playfield down, Novus to it, and then wax the hell out of it. This ball through kit that is that right here. This it's got a LED strip that's got sticky stuff on it that's supposed to stick to it. I didn't trust it. I figured, you know, a year or so or something like that, that stickiness is gonna come off and fall. So at the very, very top it has the chrome here. Let me see if I can show you. I don't think you can actually see. You might be able to see actually. Right here. I don't know if you can see right here and then right here. Yeah, actually right here. Right where my finger is. I drilled 2 small little holes and put a zip strip on there in case the adhesive ever breaks loose to hold that LED strip. And then the wiring for that is tucked in right here. You can actually barely see it. That goes down through, and then it's soldered in to one of the GIs right here. As you can see, that brand new plastic for the saucer here. You can see there's 2 little feet right there. One was broken off, like I said. There's that really kick-ass spotlight. That is actually just soldered right into this GI right here. I figured, you know, what the hell? Why go underneath the playfield for it when I could just pick up power right there? Some of the sockets, like this one, wire was broke right off, so I had to resolder that back in. Otherwise, yeah, this thing turned out super beautiful. I just love the teal and how the purple is. Got a brand new goalie on there. There's actually a spare one that comes with it. There's a spare striker guy. There's actually a new piece of plastic that goes over it, but this original is a sticker. The sticker was good, so left it on. But look at these CPR plastics. Man, they're beautiful. What else can we do? That noise you hear is the DMD. As if you look at it, you can see the very, very top line. It's missing the very, very top line. I don't know if it's actually in the DMD or you can see it right there good. And when the last score pops up, yeah, like the top of starring. I don't know if it's a DMD is burnt out, the board for it, or just maybe like a little transistor. See how you can't see the top of the numbers? But play it till it's gone. Me personally, if this was my game, color DMD would be going in there. Just because they're badass. They just look so much better. But yeah, this playfield, I believe it turned out really good. It's got 2 spots of wear right in here and here. People said possibly the bushings for the flippers broke, or I'm thinking maybe it was this plastic, because this plastic was non-existent. Didn't even have a hint that this plastic was on the game. I was shocked when I seen pictures and then seen this piece in the game and like, what the hell was it for? It could have been this piece or this top plastic protector here. It could have been one of those, because neither one of those were on the game. So I'm maybe thinking maybe it broke and then came down here and wedged itself, and then that scraped, because that is as far as that flipper goes up. Same with there. So maybe they got wedged and then people kept playing it and it scraped. But I can't explain how it's wore on these 2 spots. If you can explain, drop me a comment on the bottom. All the posts, that's all Titan rubber on all these posts. All in here. I had to replace all the foam behind all the switches. Only one switch had that left on it. As you can see, I went through and polished all the chrome as best as I could. This wire ramp is awesome. We're going to lose our battery in a second. So let's switch out our battery. Alright, new battery. Coin toss. You can see that thing's all nice and shiny again. And there's the 4 rubbers posts that I was talking about. Those are the Titan too. So as you can see, I went through and polished up all the chrome. All real nice and super shiny again. Like I said, these are just angled L brackets. I think they're 1-inch L brackets. They do the job. You polish them up, you can't really tell. Versus the original, this is just rounded on the bottom and rounded on the top, and there's no hole here. That's the only big difference between them. But if you polish them up, they look pretty good. Anything else? I think that's about it. This metal piece that goes between them, I had to take that off, and that was rusted and missing a screw, so I bought new screws. Just got them at the hardware store, people. Take your screws to the hardware store, match them up. Polished it up, made it look pretty. Let's get into the inside of this thing. Let's get the balls out first. I'm going to have to move you back a little bit. I'm afraid I'm going to hit you. Okay. First thing you notice, flipper fidelity. That's a sub for the game, which is really nice. It's got a nice bass coming out of it. Actually will shake the cabinet. Okay, you can turn off now. Pop-uppers, went through them. Let's see if I can see you. Pop-uppers. Took them apart, re-sleeved them, cleaned them up, re-lubed the spoon on there. I put a little lube on the spoons. Let's see if I can get a little light for you guys. I know you guys like light. I personally put a little lube on the spoons. It makes the action on them stupid crazy fast. Now I can't see you guys, but you guys can see everything real super nice. Alright, pop bumpers, gone through, coil sleeves, everything. Vertical up kicker here, same thing. Went through, this was actually missing screws for part of the stop assembly, so it would kick sometimes and not pop the ball up. It would just get jammed in here, so it would just keep kicking over and over again until it would pop it up. So put screws, double nutted the replacement screw on there because I didn't have a nylock. So that and a little thread locker, blue thread locker, not red, blue. This little ball diverter assembly right here, that's on the top ramp. That was just gummed the hell up. It was really, really bad. Let me see if I can get you in there tighter. This assembly right here. This was just gummed up. Seriously bad. The bushing here was wore out, so it's got a new bushing in it. New sleeve. And then I put a Teflon washer up on top, which because the ramp, I will have to show you. It looked like it was broke at one time and somebody hacked it back together. It's a excellent repair they did. it when you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, I can see that. But it would stick, and it actually was grinding into the ramp. So whoever did it, they just did a quick fix on it and never really paid attention to what they were doing and how they were doing it. So that's fixed. Let's back out here. Get this out of your way. These are the saucers. One of the saucers here. There's one here. Right there. That went through. There's another saucer right up here. Went through that. This saucer. This is the vertical up kicker for the Final Draw TV. Went through that. As you can see, all the pretty comet bulbs blinking. Flipper assembly is. Let's see if I can get you in there. Those are all going through too. Completely all rebuilt. Both of them all gone through. New springs, all this stuff. Coil sleeves. Slingshots rebuilt. All the goodies on that have been all gone through. Somebody asked me if I washed wiring harnesses. You know who you are. Do you actually think I would pull all this apart and wash it? No. I would have to unplug everything and desolder a bunch of stuff to wash it. Trust me, it would look badass. You throw that in the dishwasher, put it back on there, because that way you can detail everything. This thing will look brand new again, but no, I'm not washing any wiring harnesses. But that's underneath the game. As you can see, it's looking as good as it's going to get. I don't, like I said, I've said this before, I don't restore games. I just refurbish them. Refurbish them so they're mechanically sound as the day they left the factory. Yeah, they're not going to look as awesome as they did brand new, but this is going to play brand new again. It's going to play brand new again for years and years and years. So that's about it. And a ball throw up here. No, right up here. Yeah, right there. Look there. That was all rusty. I mean, really rusty. I had to completely tear that apart and not sand, green Scotch-Brite. I had to green Scotch-Brite all this off, and the inside it was just full. And then actually I had to take a Dremel with a wire brush on it and Dremel the inside of that because it had so much rust. It actually looked like somebody down in here. Yes, down in here you can see it's all nasty and dirty. It looked like it's somebody, they spilled something in here because it's got staining. No, look up here. No, right up here. There. It's got staining right up in here. So somebody spilled something and it just poured. It poured, yeah, down into there. So that is actually all clean in there. It's all vacuumed out and everything, but it's stained. I'm not gonna tear this apart completely and clean it. And we got 2 new head bolts. This didn't have any head bolts. All he had was the clip for the back to hold it up. So anyways, let's get this out of here. Let's move you out of the way so I can get this top back down. And as promised, I'm going to show you that rig on the vertical up kicker. Let's close this so I can actually see. Here it goes. The plastic around here I was told it was broken, and this is not factory. So anyways, this you can see it's got scrape marks right in there where this arm was here was bent down, so it was scraping. So as you can see how free this thing moves now, it wasn't doing that. With this plastic here, I sanded it down so it was perfectly smooth, and then up on top, I don't know if you can see it, you can probably see just a little bit right there, right above my finger, there's a Teflon washer. So it gives this like kind of like a lubrication almost, even though it's not lubricated, because Teflon washers are kind of really smooth like that. So as you can see, this diverter works awesome. So what happens with this game, once you get the ball up here, it's going to run up here. Now when it gets here, it's going to depend if this diverter is open or closed. If it's open, the ball is going to run all the way down through here and then drop right in front of your flipper. Now if this diverter is closed, your ball is going to shoot up the ramp here, go behind the diverter, run around here, drop down through this hole, and then it's going to roll and get to right about here. And now it depends if your lock is enabled or not. If your lock is enabled, this magnet right there you can see it, that is going to energize, stop the ball. Then the ball is going to drop right into this lock here. And that rod will be up and hold your balls. No, it's not. It's going to hold a pinball. If this doesn't energize, this ball just comes right down through here and drops and goes in front of your flipper. Now here's the other ramp. This ramp here is a ramp that's underneath the ramp, as you can see right here. This ramp goes underneath, and it will zoom the ball all the way around and come back this way. So this is two ways to get to this area here. Now the goal, when you kick the ball and get a goal, it goes here to this vertical up kicker, passes through here, and it drops into the lane here. Or you can get it into striker right here underneath where my finger is. You can kick it right, get the ball right down there. It's the same vertical up kicker. It's used two different ways, and it'll kick it back up the same way. This saucer here only kicks up, so this goal is going to be going back and forth. And you need to time it with your left flipper button to kick it to get a goal without this guy being in your way, because he just goes back and forth like that. Let me see. Here's that other vertical up kicker, the TV Award. TV Award and Final Draw, that sets both of them off. That's the other up kicker. Then you got a spinner here. You got a kicker over here. So you got 3 arrows. You can earn that. You get one free one. But if you get down here, you can see the teal light, trigger the switch, it will light up this. And if you hit this target, you will get a series of 1, 2, or 3 extra kicks from this kicker here. That I had to rebuild too. That end of it was completely gone. There's a 1/4 inch of plastic that's on the end of that kicker, and that was completely gone. So when this ball would roll over the switch, it would be timed wrong, and this would shoot up, and a lot of times it would just jam the ball right into here, because the ball would actually be coming down, so it would hit it and just jam it. So you would never get your kick back up. So we get a new part on there. Magna goal too. There's a Magna save right underneath here. You got an extra flipper button over on it, and right here. You got an extra flipper button over here. This is the same thing. You go down here, when the light, you hit the switch, and then it will turn on this light, and then you hit that, and then we'll give you a Magna goal if you use it. If you didn't use it, you still have it. These lights were originally white. I really like how they're teal now. I think that's about it. Like I said, this complete plastic was missing. All they had was just this piece right here. Somebody had stuck a post and a big glop of liquid nail holding a post stuck to it. I am surprised that post never ever came off. This piece of plastic here was non-existent either, so it must have broke off and they just never put it back on. Back here, these throws, there was actually one double stacked and pointing upwards. I don't understand that either, why they would have had that there, but thankfully it was a broken one, so it was really not needed, so I don't understand why they even had it there. And anything else? But seriously, this is a kick-ass game. I am not into any sports games. Sports is like a non-existent, thing for me. I really don't care about sports. So when I originally first saw this game, I'm like, oh, World Cup Soccer. I've heard of it before. Never thought, well, it's pinball. It's not a, sports. It's pinball. I played it. This game is killer. It is super, super killer. If you can get your hands on this game, do it. This game is super, super awesome. I highly recommend buying this game. In fact, I'm offering the guy money for this game when he wants to sell it. So I told him when he wants to sell it, I will buy it off of him. That's how much I actually like this game. I would be honored to own this game and put it in my collection. Plus, I know this game was professionally refurbished by a really super awesome guy. My thing is, let's turn this volume up. Let's turn this volume up and let's see how this game plays. You will see it sounds awesome. First thing, you get a coin toss. These lights will be lit up, and no matter how hard you pop that ball in the shooter, it will drop down on one of these. Your trick is to eventually, through your 3 balls, I have it set on 5, through your 3 balls, get each coin toss lit up. And I think it gives you one trip. You go from Chicago, Dallas, Boston, New York / New Jersey, Orlando, Washington, San Francisco, Detroit. Then you go to the World Cup final, Los Angeles. That's what this whole stream of lights is. So let's get into this game. You want to turn the light on? I have to have this glass on. I would rather not have it on, but that soccer ball is stupid loud. I mean stupid loud, and it goes and spins until you get a goal. With the glass on, you don't hear it.
The players are taking the field.
See, you can barely hear it. Now you see that diverter open. I got a goal. See, the ball went this way now, and that diverter closed.
Control of the ball. He's got a free kick.
I missed the free kick. Okay, there we go. See the goalie's going back and forth. There we go. Those bumpers are ultra sensitive now. That's one thing about going up through here and getting past that spinner. there's actually a diverter back up in that corner that will open the flap. So sometimes this ball will just rocket right around and pop back out over here. But as you can see, the ball stopped over there, so it kept that diverter down. Let me see if I can get you right in front of me, so you can see more of what I'm doing.
Waiting in anticipation.
Oh. As you can see, the soccer ball is done spinning now. There we go. Vertical kicker.
Spirit.
And if you don't get that ball hard enough, it drops through up there, which is kind of cool. If you kick it up here and you don't have enough oomph, there's a hole right here that will drop it right into the pop bumpers. And you can see on the coin toss here, I got one blinking. Well, actually, that one is not, the center one is blinking. The camera just can't keep up with the LED. So it's showing kind of like a flicker, but these two are actually solid. The middle one is blinking. There we go. You can see how the diverter works now. Ah, right down the middle. Straight down the middle. I'd like to keep it more right up here for you guys. I gotta remember to try to use my, there went the kicker, you saw it go. I keep forgetting there's a magnet here and I always forget to use the damn thing. Did we get out of bounds? No? Yeah. If you get a shoot again, it will give you out of bounds up on the DMD, and you'll get a shoot again. I could have used my magnet again to save it. Now you got a buy-in. You got the extra ball down here. You can pay for extra ball and keep playing. I'll show you. So we bought an extra ball. You keep your same score and everything. It's kind of like a cheat almost. But that soccer ball, when it hits that pinball, it just makes it fly crazy. Here, now we got the goal. I'll hit my left flipper. There we go.
He's got a free kick.
Almost. Damn it. That's it. So it will ask me to buy in again. Since I'm not gonna continue. We'll just let it run out. You can either hit the start button to make it run out, or just let it go. Yay, I got a match. I won a free game on a machine that's on free play. As you can see, that is World Cup soccer. Love this game. You can get your hands on one of these, you're gonna have a fun game. Yeah, this is an awesome game. I love it. This flipper fidelity speaker kit on here is just awesome. It's so much better than the factory. I have it actually on my Hurricane. Hurricane will be for sale, so I can get one of these. Yeah, I like the flipper fidelity. I'm sure there's other kits out there, but I bought one of them before and I knew how they went in. It goes in really super good. It's got like factory style connectors, everything. Take your original speakers out, pull the wiring harness out, and this just plugs right in, and even the wires are almost exactly the same. Love this game. I can't say nothing bad about it. It's super awesome. Me, color DMD would be my purchase on it. But this game is ready to go. This game easily has another 10, 20 years. It should be pretty error-free gaming on it. You know, with just a regular maintenance going on it. You know, you're going to have little things that break or whatever, but this game is just ready to throw on root right now. If you had CoinMex, you could put it on there and get it ready to go. But this is going into a private home. Guy is going to be back in love with it again. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this series. Follow us at Mark's Basement Arcade on Facebook. Smash that like button. Subscribe. Share this video with your friends if you think that they might enjoy this game, or you enjoyed this game and you thought this game was really super badass and you want one. I guess that's about it. Famous last words. Later. Yes, later. Goodbye.